Hey YouTube, it's Black Barbie and I'm going to be doing a video on how to make a U-part wig glue addition. So for those of you who do not know how to sew, this should be an easier method for you and you can glue it on and then it only takes 45 minutes to do. So it's just something quick and easy. So if you like it, stay tuned. So the hair that I'm using is the Maki Remi hair in 8 inches. You can get this from your local beauty supply store, and I will be using 2 packs of this hair. I'm using a dome cap that I got from Sally's, and I use the white eyeliner pencil just to line my caps just so I can follow along the tracks. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to always measure your track before you apply the glue on there. And never put the glue on the whole track, you just want to put it halfway on there. Okay, then you're going to take a blow dryer and you're just going to help speed up the drying process. It don't take very long to dry, so you shouldn't have to hold it there that long. After you finish that, you're going to go ahead and glue the other half down and follow the same process with the blow dryer. Okay, once that's in place, you're going to do the same thing with the next row. And after I cut my width, I always make sure that it lines up with the cap as well before I put the glue onto the track. Because sometimes I'll cut it and it'll be way too long or it may be too short, and you don't want to glue it on there if it's too short. Too long you can work with because you can always cut it down, but when it's too short you have to cut a little piece of track and it's just too complicated. Okay, periodically you're going to want to comb down the hair just to get all the tangles out and any glue that may have got onto the hair. It comes out pretty easy, so if you get glue on the hair, don't worry. And pretty much you're just going to be doing the same process on each row until you get to the top. Now what I do is throughout the whole process I would take the cap off the mannequin and I actually try it on just to make sure everything's fitting really good. But before you actually try on the cap, you want to kind of blow dry the inside just to make sure the glue is completely dry, because the glue do soak through the cap. It's not very bad, but you just want to make sure it's dry so that it doesn't get on your hair. And as you get closer to the top, you're going to want to put less glue on the weft. Instead of putting glue on half of it, you may want to shorten that up just because it likes to slide a little bit when you're going around the little corners. So you may just want to put enough on there just so it can stop at the side part of your mannequin. And then once that's dry, then you can go ahead and add the glue to the back part, and then you're going to have to add glue to the other side. I just added glue to the whole thing, but then I realized that afterwards that, it kept sliding and stuff like that. Or maybe it didn't slide on this one. It slid on one of them, so if it works for you to do it on half and half, then go ahead. I just had a problem with it on one of the rows, so. This hair is like really soft. I like it a lot. And it was like, I think it was about $30 a pack. It was 30 something dollars, and I bought two of them because I wanted it really full. As you get toward the top, you want to be really careful, and you want to just make sure you keep in the right amount of distance, because you don't want the U part to be way too long, because then you'll have to leave more of your hair out going toward the middle of your head. So you want to make sure you're measuring that part really good, because that was a that was one of the mistakes that I used to make a lot when I was started out making U-part wigs. And I would realize that I have to take my leave out would go all the way to the middle of my head. And I really just didn't like that. And another thing that I noticed when I was putting the tracks on is I was putting them too close in the back. And as I started getting toward the top, I started running out of hair. So what you can do is always leave more space in the back, so that once you get toward the top, you can make the tracks a lot closer. Because when I finished, I had to go back in and add tracks like toward the top part, because I left too much space. So that's just another rule of thumb when you're doing this. I mean, it was easy to, fix it, but just to avoid having to go back in, I would just be careful about the spacing that you leave at the top, because you'll still see the tracks in the middle even though the hair lays on top. So this is the complete look of the wig. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut around that band part in the front. I usually don't like that band on my forehead, so I cut that out. If you want to see how I cut it, go check out my how to make a U-part wig, and I'll show you exactly how I cut it, and also how I sew on my wig clips. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And just if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. I'm here for you guys. Thanks. Have a good one.